Teresa LaBarbera, and you're watching Connecticut Style. We've got a great show lined up for you today. Do you have back pain? Well, if so, laser therapy could be the answer for you. Dr. James Delfino of Connecticut Disc and Laser Therapy Centers is here to tell us all about a painless procedure. And we'll head to Stage 8 and meet up with Adrian Fisher. He's here to play some of the latest songs from his newest album. Plus, we're spicing things up in the kitchen. I'm here with singing chef Neil Fuentes.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, Neil. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
It's always a pleasure to be here, darling.
What are you making for us today?
Esta domenica we're gonna mangiare pasta alla matriciana.
I don't know what you said, Neil. Translate for me.
We're gonna
I heard eat pasta. That's all I heard from that.
We're gonna eat pasta alla matriciana. It's a typical Roman dish.
Okay.
Which is being made in different restaurants around this country, always with a little twist on it, because everybody likes to put a little twist on it. However,
sure.
I'm gonna show you the typical original Roman style to do this dish.
And I noticed that you've already peeled these tomatoes.
Yeah, the first thing that you need to do is, you need to use fresh tomatoes. So this is really quick. All you have to do is put it in hot water, really boiling water. You cut an incision like a cross on top, put it in hot water for literally 60 seconds, and then when you take it out, look at the skin, comes right off.
It peels right off. I love that trick.
Just like that.
Look at you, tricks of the
and that's
trade.
the tomatoes we're gonna use for this sauce.
All right, Neil, let's get the show started. Tell everyone what they need to do. Look right into camera 2.
Sit back and relax because you're about to have lunch in style.
I'm Dan Roberti, and you've probably seen Elizabeth Este's ad calling me a lobbyist. Well, I've never been a lobbyist, and Elizabeth knows it. I've spent my life running a homeless shelter, organizing disaster relief, and fighting poverty with Martin Luther King III. The lobbyist she's talking about is my father, not me. Elizabeth Este's attack ad, and her collecting money from polluters her husband regulates, is everything that's wrong with politics. I approve this message because you deserve better.
Today, you might be missing out with satellite and slow DSL. But tomorrow, you could turn your living room into a multiplex. With Xfinity On Demand, you get thousands of TV shows, movies, and more, and 90% are free. And with Xfinity Internet, you have the speed to stream them anytime and anywhere. Satellite and slow DSL have nothing like this. Call 1-877-342-0135 and switch to Xfinity TV, Internet, and Voice for $29.99 each a month for 12 months when you bundle all three. Plus, Xfinity is one of the fastest internet providers in the nation, according to PC Mag. So everyone in your house can be online on their favorite devices all at the same time. So switch to Xfinity TV, Internet, and Voice from Comcast for $29.99 each a month for 12 months and get stream picks included. Or ask how you can lock in your rate for 2 years and double your internet speed at no extra cost. Tomorrow could be awesome if you call today. So call 1-877-342-0135. That's 1-877-342-0135. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Do you have chronic pain? Have you been trying to find relief with surgeries or medicines or injections with no luck? Then laser therapy might just be the answer for you. Dr. James Delfino of Connecticut Disc and Laser Therapy Centers is back with us today. Hi, doctor.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So we're talking about finding relief without going under the knife.
Correct. Connecticut Disc and Laser Therapy Centers is fundamental for the treatment of chronic conditions, debilitating conditions that don't seem to respond to typical conventional treatments like physical therapy, medications, injections, and even surgery. So what we do is we actually have technology that's been around for quite a long time, but it is actually getting patients who may be suffering from a sprain or strain yesterday or chronic pain for 20 or 30 years, arthritis, and we're getting them healed, we're getting them healthy again where they've been failing from other therapies.
And this machine has something to do with it, doesn't it?
It does. This is called the Light Cure Laser. Light Cure Laser has been around for about 12 or 15 years. The president of the company is actually a Connecticut resident, Dr. Brian Pryor from Waterbury. And what the laser does is we actually have the ability to target specific conditions like herniated discs, spinal stenosis, arthritis of the spine, knee pain, knee arthritis, carpal tunnel. And the beauty part is it actually works by targeting those areas, and when we shine laser light over areas that we want to target, the tissues absorb that laser light in such a way as to decrease inflammation, swelling, and pain.
And we're watching that right now on the screen, and there's a demonstration going on.
Yeah, and by doing so, it actually helps improve the circulation to the area as well. So not only are we healing the tissues, but we're actually helping improving the circulation so that the body has the ability to help heal on its own.
Now, is this procedure for everyone or anyone?
The majority of patients out there that are suffering from different chronic conditions, it is going to work for them. There's probably about an 85 to 95% patient improvement rate. And the beauty part is that depending on what a patient's coming in with, whether it be a spinal issue, whether it be a problem with their arms, their legs, a shoulder, a knee, you know, we can actually target and implement all the different therapies into the system. If we take a look at the screen for a moment, we can actually see that there's a body image there, and we have the ability to actually put and choose specific pathological conditions. And there's well over 30 to 40 that are actually pre-programmed into the system. So if I wanted to do arthritis of a hand, I can actually program that in there, and I can actually continue on. And then once the therapy actually starts, we actually run the laser probe over that region. It's painless, there's no downtime, no side effects, no contraindications from laser therapy. It's been around for well over 30 years, and there's about 6,000 or 7,000 documented studies on its effectiveness.
Well, why doesn't everyone try this out before they do surgery?
Well, they should, but the problem is that the conventional approach is to try a specific plan of physical therapy, and if that fails, to try injections or medications, and if those fail, then unfortunately a patient is subjected to surgical intervention. And then when that doesn't work, unfortunately the conventional approach says, well, there's nothing else we can do, you can do pain management, and you kind of almost got to live with it. Now we're telling patients, you don't have to live with it anymore. We actually have a way that's actually going to help heal those tissues and get those people's, you know, back in shape again with their conditions.
Now, is this instant relief, or does this take several treatments? What's the procedure?
Sure. Obviously, we need to do a full evaluation with a patient to be able to understand what their needs are, how chronic their case is, if it's a slip and fall that they might have had a week ago, or they've been suffering with arthritis for 20 or 30 years. But in a general consensus, anywhere between, on a case that has just started, you know, a relatively new injury, 2 to 4 weeks of care. If it's more of a chronic case that's been going on for quite a while, you know, maybe 6 to 8 weeks of care.
Now, doctor, just explain to our viewers how you could target really any part of the body with this instrument.
Sure. Again, what we do is we actually, depending on the situation or the actual pain that we want to address, the laser has the ability for us to target the specific body areas. Like, for instance, here's a spine, and I choose disc herniation. And then from here, we actually have the treatment protocols all set right into the system. And when we actually do the therapy, it's actually just, it's a nice warm touch, and we actually go right over those areas. And again, the tissues absorb that laser light, and it actually decreases inflammation, swelling, and pain, and it actually promotes healing.
Now, I just want to bring up quickly, we saw something like this on Good Morning America a couple weeks ago, and you were using that, not you, but doctors were using this on animals.
Absolutely. In fact, George Stephanopoulos had a segment on the show, and they were actually using the light cure laser for animals. There's two versions. There's one for humans and one for animals.
That's great.
And the response is absolutely revolutionary.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. All right, we have to mention that your center is offering viewers a free evaluation. Yep. As always, I see, right?
Absolutely. Connecticut residents that want to call in, we'll give them a free evaluation to see if laser therapy might be an option for them.
All right, and all the information is there on your screen, also ctdiscenters.com.
Yep.
Is that correct? Very good, doctor. Thank you so much for being here. More on WTNH.com, of course. Stay with us. So we are going to be in the kitchen after the break cooking with Neil. Don't go anywhere.
The Yankees take on the Rangers Tuesday at 7 only on MyTV9.
I'm Elizabeth Esty, and I approved this message.
Washington's a mess, and Dan Roberti would make it worse. Roberti has no work history in Connecticut. He's the co-owner of a powerful Washington special interest lobbying firm. No wonder they're bankrolling Roberti's campaign, funding a shadowy super PAC. The registered citizen even said it should scare every voter that a powerful D.C. lobbyist would try to install his own personal congressman. Dan Roberti is already part of the problem.
Accidents happen. Sometimes it's just a fender bender. Sometimes it's much more serious. The results of accidents may be far-reaching, affecting your health,
your family, and maybe even your ability to earn a living. Insurance adjusters are in the business of fighting for the insurance company. At Jonathan Perkins Injury Lawyers, we'll deal with the insurance companies to make certain you get fair compensation for your injuries. Jonathan Perkins Injury Lawyers. Get the power of Perkins.
Free nationwide delivery during Connecticut Home Interior's multiple factory authorized sales event. Save up to 50% and more, plus free nationwide white glove delivery on any special order of $2,500 or more. Choose from famous brand names including Baker, Bernhardt, Henriton, and Century and have it delivered free. Or 12 months free financing on any in-stock item. It's your choice. An offer of this magnitude won't last forever. Connecticut Home Interiors, your North Carolina connection in West Hartford and Avon.
Are you tired of making that same old pasta? If so, you're in luck again. We're in the kitchen with Chef Neil Fuentes. He's here to show us how to spice things up a little bit, as you always do.
Well, we try.
What are we making today?
We're making bucatini alla matriciana.
Okay.
This is a typical Roman dish. This is eaten all the way all over Rome. And it's made with this very interesting noodle called bucatini. And the cool thing about this, it's like a little straw. You can actually, if you see,
hollow?
Yeah, look at this. If you notice, I can go like here and make bubbles out of it.
Oh, there you go. I bet you there's an added bonus with that, though.
Well, yes. What happens is any sauce that you make, once you cook the pasta, it's going to expand a little bit. The hollow part of the pasta is going to become a little wider, and all the sauce is going to go inside the pasta. That's what makes it really, really cool. So this dish is actually really, really simple. It's really easy to make, so you can make it at home at any time.
So you probably have the ingredients on hand?
You probably do.
Okay.
We're going to use today, we're going to start with a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
Right? We have a hot pan right here. And then I have here pancetta. If you out there at home do not know what pancetta is, it's actually bacon.
Okay.
But the difference between pancetta and bacon is the fact that bacon is smoked.
Okay.
Pancetta isn't.
Okay.
It's cured,
I didn't know that.
yes, but it's not smoked. So that is the difference. But what we do is we grab a little bit of pancetta and we're going to fry them in a little olive oil. Okay. And we let them get really, really nice and caramelized. That's the idea. And that's what's going to happen too. It's going to flavor the olive oil as well.
Okay.
To that, we're going to add another aromatic, which is garlic. We have a little bit of minced garlic. And it's going to go right there.
Ooh,
just like that.
Already smelling good.
Oh, I wish you guys can smell it on
Smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision, yeah. So what we do is we just basically pretty much caramelize. Now, this you can do let's talk about the tomatoes.
Okay.
You can do it with tomato sauce. However, I'd rather do it with real fresh tomatoes.
Sure, we noticed that you peeled them in the
Right, at the beginning of the segment, we actually peeled them, right? So all the skin comes right off, and this is what you're gonna get. It's just a beautiful, ripe, no skin tomato. So what you do is you cut them in little cubes.
Sure.
And you put them right in there.
Okay, so
Just
far
like that.
this is pretty easy, Neil.
Very simple, right? And then what happens is all these tomatoes and the juice of the tomatoes is going to start getting reduced, and it's going to become the sauce.
Got it.
Now, pancetta and bacon, as you probably know, are very, very salty ingredients. So you have to be very careful about the amount of salt that you put on this dish.
You don't want to overdo it.
No, you don't want to overdo it because pancetta is already salty. Okay. And besides of that, we're going to give this dish a little bit of more saltiness by adding this specific cheese.
What kind of cheese is this,
Neil? Is Pecorino Romano.
Got it.
All right, and then we add a little bit of Pecorino Romano. Just
you don't
like
have any
that.
Italian in you, do you?
Maybe
a little?
I mean, when I was a flight attendant, I used to go to Italy. I went 33 times to Rome.
Really?
Seriously. I mean, if I either...
Job.
Oh, it was so much
before
fun.
you were in the kitchen?
Oh, that was when I was 21-year-old.
Oh, okay.
So put it that way. So basically, and then you add your salt, your pepper, you add your cheese, you see, and then the cheese is going to start melting, and it's going to become a sauce. Okay. So let's switch. I have a final product right here.
Oh, the made-for-TV version. Okay.
Of course.
I'll keep my eye on this one for you.
Yeah.
And where's Billy, by the way? You always bring your partner in crime.
Yeah, Billy is working today. He's in the restaurant right now, working on some paperwork and stuff like that. But I have a couple of things coming up. Did you hear about it?
Let me know. You're always busy.
The Milford Literacy Center fundraiser is coming.
Okay.
That's where everything started. That's how I started in Connecticut Style 4 years ago, and now it's happening again. And this time, instead of me going and compete, I'm now a judge. So I'm going to be judging the competitors, making some food and blah blah blah. I'm also part of the Food and Wine Festival in Greenwich.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
I am going to be sharing the stage with amazing chefs stars like Ted Allen and Graham Elliott, etc., etc. And I'm going to be singing at the XL Center on September 30th.
Quite an audience there, Neil.
Oh my God.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I guess I am. So what we did is we cooked the pasta, right?
Hey, you put the bucatini, what is it?
Bucatini.
Bucatini right in the frying pan.
Right in the frying pan because we're going to finish cooking it here.
Okay.
The sauce is going to start getting involved with everything. See what I mean?
Yes.
And that's all. And then once you put all the sauce in there, you add a little bit more cheese because you can never go wrong with a little bit more cheese. And it's just ready to go. And that's all it is.
Wow,
See
that's
how
pretty
simple
easy.
it is? Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to follow what I'm doing, just look at me on Facebook. And you can watch my new show, The Recipe Makeover. It's
Tell
right
us
there.
more about that because we have a little bit of time on our hands.
Yes, well, The Recipe Makeover is a show made by this beautiful hummus product going out there on the market.
Okay.
And then they're producing a new show with 3 amazing chefs. Iron Chef Manicho Han from Food Network.
Yes, I recognize
Chris
that name.
Chung, also from Food Network, who was on Anthony Bourdain. And myself are the hosts of this show.
Some serious company you got there.
Oh, my
Look
God.
at you. Don't forget us when you're a big shot.
I'm having so much fun with
Good,
this.
I'm happy. Neil, we're going to taste this at the end of the show.
Okay.
Sounds good. And of course, you'll have the recipe at WTNH.com. Just click on Connecticut Style. All right, coming up next, we're heading over to Stage 8 to hear the sounds of Adrian Fisher. That's when Connecticut Style returns. Don't go anywhere.
Every day, News 8 is living its promise to you.
If you've got a question, I'm going to ask it for you, and no one's going to keep me from getting you answers.
When you've got something to say, I'm going to listen, and I'm going to make sure everyone hears you loud and clear.
No one rips you off. No one treats you bad, not as long as I have something to say about it.
Who's got your back? News 8. Elizabeth Esty. She will get things done, creating jobs for middle-class families and protecting Social Security and Medicare. That's why she was endorsed by the Register Citizen. Smart, deliberate, and compassionate. Head and shoulders above the rest. And when the Hartford Courant endorsed her for Congress, they called her an independent thinker and a woman of principle. Vote for Elizabeth Esty on Tuesday, August 14th. Women Vote is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I didn't get just a lawyer, and I don't want just a lawyer. And that's how Vincent Trantolo is.
There was someone else in the accident, and they went a different way with a different lawyer. And even now, I just hear how they regret it. They wish they would have came over with me to Mr. Trantolo.
Trantolo and Trantolo. Call 888-TRAN-TOLO. Let our family help your family.
From funk to reggae, musician Adrian Fisher is pulling from different music genres to create unique, smooth sounds to get your energy flowing. Adrian's here on Stage 8. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your music.
Yeah, it's heavily influenced from reggae, but it's got pretty catchy melodies and sort of a pop vibe to it, and you know, a lot of the songs are kind of dancey, especially when I play with the whole band, who hopefully we'll get here sometime next time.
Great.
Sometime.
And you're from Venezuela?
Originally from Venezuela, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, and tell me about this instrument here. This is, what did you call it?
It's a keyboard. Yeah, it's a keyboard. It's electric keyboard. I just added a little effect thing there, homemade little adaptation.
I like it. All right. Tell us about your CD. You have 2 albums out, correct?
I have 2 albums out, yeah, and they're both pop reggae. There's a little bit of funk in the new one. I did that with Cheo from the Amigos Invisibles, which is a great Venezuelan band. And yeah, the new album came out in May, and we're doing a new video for it soon. Should come out soon. And yeah, we play all over New York and Connecticut, and we have a gig in Boston in October.
That's awesome. Where can we find your music? Is it on iTunes?
Flyingfish.com. Okay. Yeah, FLYINFISCH.
Got it. We'll look for it. All right, Adrian, what are you going to play for us today?
I'm going to play Always Dreaming, which is the name of the new album and the lead track.
Very good.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Thanks.
Always dreaming, dreaming. know, and we could disappear. And if we needed to, I know, and we could reappear. It could be moments that we're lifting our consciousness. Could be moments that we're drifting into outer space. They turn out to good to travel anywhere, anytime. Always dreaming, dreaming of somewhere else. I'm drifting away, away from here. Always dreaming, I'm drifting away, away from here. And if we wanted to, I know, and we could disappear. And if we needed to, I know, and we could reappear. It could be moments that we're lifting our consciousness. Could be moments that we're drifting into outer space. That turn out to good to travel anywhere, anytime. Always dreaming, dreaming of somewhere else. Drifting away, away from here. Always dreaming, I'm drifting away, away from here.
Here's another revolutionary idea from Colonial Toyota.
Imagine getting your car serviced on time or it's free. Hi, I'm Bobby Crabtree from Colonial Toyota in Milford. With our new pit crew system, you get all the service in half the time. Our factory-trained technicians will perform all these services for just $49.95. And they'll do it in 60 minutes or less, or it's on me. Come to Colonial Toyota, Route 1, Milford.
Let me tell you some of the reasons people get into trouble with credit cards. A job loss or salary cut, an unexpected expense, a divorce. As founder of Consolidated Credit, I understand that credit card problems are not about overspending. It's about emergencies and unexpected situations. There's a lot of ways to get into trouble with debt. There's only one trusted way to get out. Consolidated Credit.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-774-8296.
Car wreck? Get Carter.
I'm fired up about our no-fee guarantee. If we don't win, you don't pay.
Who's got your back 24/7? News 8.
All right, we're back here in the kitchen with Neil Fuentes, and we have Jordana joining us, who's Adrian's wife from Venezuela. But we're going to dig into this pasta. What did you call it again?
Bucatini alla matriciana.
Yes.
Do you realize there's a lot of Venezuelans here today?
There certainly are.
We're all
definitely
Venezuelans.
anyone that doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So let's dig in and try this.
Yeah. Here,
because it looks
Jordana, try
absolutely
yours, go
wonderful
first.
and so easy to make. Again, the recipe's on WTNH.com.
Try, it's good.
I'm going to take a little bite. So good, Neil.
Oh.
One of your best recipes.
Thank you.
All right. We want to thank everybody for watching. Make it a great day. We're going to send it back over to Adrian Fisher, who's going to play Same Way You Do. Take it away.
Arriba
Bye,
Venezuela.
I feel the same way you do. Ooh, 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 ooh. I feel the same way you do. Ooh, 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 ooh. When I try to build me up, I'm quickly falling down. When I try to build me up, I'm quickly falling down. Would you be the one to cure me now, so I can drown my fears? I feel the same way you do. Ooh, ooh. I feel the same way you do. Ooh, ooh. When I try to build me up, I'm quickly falling down. When I look into the light, it seems already night. When I get my thoughts together, they become a river of tears. Would you be the one to cure me now, so I can dry my fears? I feel the same